Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. Today, I am super excited. Again, I just love this platform, this job, I guess you could say. It's not really a job, that I get to meet such amazing people with doing this and having great conversations. So today I'm welcoming and chatting with Spiritsong Adado. Hello, Spiritsong.
Hello, Sharon. It's wonderful to be here. Thank you.
Oh, yes. Well, thank you for spending this time with me. And I'm really excited to talk about your experiences. You're a shamanic, non-traditional shamanic practitioner, is what I understand. And this is the first time I've met Spiritsong in person. Well, in person as you can be, right? Personable. We're kind of in the same neck of the woods up here in the Northeast, but I haven't seen your face. So I've always enjoyed your conversations. There you go. Your beautiful divine face. I love it. And I love your background. That's gorgeous. Did you do that?
Yes, that's my
Okay.
logo.
I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it's really, I love it when we are able to see each other eye to eye.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So let me just share a little bit about you, just a little bit, and then you can fill in the gaps, some of the gaps anyway.
Okay.
Spiritsong is a semi-retired non-traditional shamanic practitioner, Reiki practitioner, and medium. Having grown up in the Pacific Northwest, Spiritsong brings a natural calming quality of the North American rainforest to over 20 years of healing work. And Spiritsong's email is spiritsong.animals. Is that dot or underscore? .animals@gmail.com. Yes, and you do have a TikTok channel, Spiritsong Adado. I'm sorry, I had a blank there. And you're working on a YouTube channel, which I can't wait to talk about too, called Spiritsongs_Sanctuary. Okay, yes. Lots of good stuff there. Yay. Would you please share a little bit about your background and how you became a shamanic practitioner?
Well, my background, I was born and raised in the Pacific Northwest, Washington State, like as west as you can get.
Yeah.
I'm basically living pretty much on the water. So I'm west. And just a bit from the border, probably maybe an hour and a half from the Canadian border.
Okay, that's pretty north.
And yeah, that's pretty north. And I've just grown up here with, you know, the forest all around me, having that energy to feed me and support me has just kind of, I don't know, made me very quiet. I'm quiet and I'm calm for the most part. And
I love that.
Yeah, and I've been told that I am calming for people. And I am actually working on a couple of meditations to record. So
good for you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. And so becoming a shaman, wow. When I was little, I started doing healing and I didn't know what I was doing, you know, but I knew that I could help. And so I did, and I didn't question it. I did fall into a deathly depression early in life. And when I was seeing one therapist, she had decided to get a soul retrieval because it was something new to her and she wanted that experience and she needed to have one anyway. But she shared that with me and she actually paid for my first soul retrieval. And That's basically when that all started. um, so I had 2 soul retrievals, and I started doing the work myself, uh, much to the surprise of the shaman, who expected me to take a lot longer. But I knew right away that the spirits were with us, and I questioned why we had to do certain ceremonies to bring them in.
Mm.
Um, and she didn't know how to answer me. Her pat answer was, "That's just how we do it," and that wasn't good enough for me.
I love you.
Thank you. It just wasn't good enough.
Yeah. Hmm.
I knew there had to be reasons and whys, and
Yeah.
so what I did was I started doing my own soul retrievals for myself. Um, and we call that soul reattachment, when they come back by themselves.
Hmm.
And that's fun and fascinating. It's just like, oh, that's a part of me.
Oh,
Come back.
nice.
So anyway, yeah, so I started doing that and questioning spirit, and just getting led deeper and deeper and deeper down the rabbit hole of shamanic activity. And it was fascinating and fun and scary at the same time.
Hmm.
Uh, and I just was encouraged to be a healer. Um, so that's what I did. I just would do healing through my church. And sorry, my cat's getting a little
Oh,
nosy here.
no, that's fine. We love cats.
um, yes. So where was I? I apologize.
No, no, that's fine. You were talking about you're doing healing work in your
Right.
church. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Healing work in my
Mhm.
church. That led to healing work outside of my church.
Mhm.
And he's holding my hand.
That's so cute.
It is cute. Oh.
I want to
Um,
see him. Can you
yeah,
bring him
you
into
want
the
to see
camera?
my baby.
Yeah.
You want to say hi to Sharon and everybody else? Yeah.
Oh,
Hear him
look
say,
at him. He's so handsome.
isn't he beautiful?
Yes, very
Yeah.
handsome.
Oh, yes. My sweet baby. Yes, I'm doing an interview.
What is his name?
Ludo.
Ludo.
Yes.
Hi. Oh, he looks right at me.
Yeah.
He's like, what's going on here?
Somebody else is talking to me. Okay, go
Ludo.
back up there.
Yeah, he's very
I love
handsome.
you. Yes, I love you. Yes. Okay. Whew, pets.
They're a part of us, definitely.
Yeah.
So you
So,
started helping people outside your church as
yes.
well. Yeah. And I would imagine you realized, ah, this is really helpful.
Yeah.
Maybe I should be doing this full time kind of thing, or a lot more.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's hard to do. It's hard to
Yeah,
break into
it is.
the woo society. Um, at least here it is. I think there's a lot of, unfortunately, there's a lot of clicking, and um,
Yeah.
if you're not friends with so and so, they're not going to let you in because they don't want to be your friend either.
Oh, that's too bad.
And
Yeah.
it's really sad. It's not very spiritual.
No, it's not. And I've experienced things like that along my journey doing this for 20 years, just like along that timeline.
Yeah.
I mean, not that often, but it's unfortunate that that business thing gets in the way of, you know, that competition. And there's no competition when you're, you know, when you're working with your high, you know, for everyone's highest good and your divine and the divine energies. That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Everything is in divine timing and in divine, you know, the divine of everything, because there is no competition, there is no scarcity. And I know it's because people have scarcity. We come into this lifetime with it, right? You know, you're
Right.
retrievaler, but yeah, so it's unfortunate that that mindset gets interjected into this, you know, this world as well, which,
Mhm.
hey, I guess it's unfortunately that's all what people need to heal. And that's why our work is so much more important, is so important. Soul retrieval is very important, because I
Yes.
also do soul retrieval on a traditional method that Yeshua taught me, right? And because yeah, it's amazing. He helped me understand that this is probably is one of the most important things we can do for our soul growth. So
Yeah.
good for you.
Thank you. Yeah. Yeah. I predominantly spirit taught me to do whatever I do. So
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
It's like, what's your lineage? Well, you know, go straight to the source.
Just like
So
all of us. Just like all of us. I mean, we, you know, unfortunately in today's society, we've got that, you know, we're bombarded with division with race or whatever, or belief systems and stuff like that.
yeah.
But we've done it all. We've been it all. That's why we come here. I remember lifetimes as natives, Native American, indigenous people. I remember lifetimes as a Black people, or, you know, African, dark skin, from Africa,
Yes.
from the Indies, West Indies, those types of things, also Japanese and Chinese.
Yes.
So
Yes.
yeah, all over the place.
I have a soul part, small child who is African American,
Mhm.
and she came back, and that was a lot of fun. So
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they do. Those parts of us that, so, I have a question for you. When you talk about the soul aspect, the fragmented or scattered, whatever we want to call it, what
Mhm.
word do you use for a part of us that is, I guess I just kind of see it out here when our soul, you know, our oversoul is here, right? And then
Mhm.
that part of us is out here, kind of thing. That's how
Yeah.
I'm able to make a little bit of sense in it. What is your term for that? I'm curious.
Fragment.
Fragment. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Mhm.
I call it fragmented
Some
parts of us.
yeah, sometimes they're fractures, sometimes they're shards, but mostly it's just fragments, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't wanna split hairs too much.
Right. And so you have a method you were talking about of helping them, or guiding them perhaps to come into the whole on their own. Is that what you're talking about? Without just
I
if you don't mind sharing a little bit about that.
okay. Sure. Well, at first, I was calling for them, um, as I learned to do from the shaman, you know, 2 whole soul retrievals. Um, and, so and then they started coming on their own.
Okay.
So and that's the soul reattachment. They would just come to me during meditation or journeying, whatever, and there they were. And a lot of times, they would call to me from the cave. Are you familiar with the cave?
Mm-mm.
The
I
cave
don't
of
think so.
the cave of lost children?
No, I'm not.
Okay, yeah, that's where, um, most of us have our childhood soul parts, go, and that keeps them safe, but it's also a good thing to know that you can go there and find your shards, your fragments, and bring them back. Hi, baby. Yeah. Um,
So you can, on your journeys, you can go to that cave and then make that intention to
yes.
go to that cave. It's called the Cave of Soul. lost souls. Is that what she said?
No, the Cave of Lost Children.
Lost children. Oh, wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's kind of a deep place. It's a deep place. There's a lot of emotion in there.
Oh, I imagine.
Yeah.
You know, it's interesting. I was just, I probably mentioned before, if you didn't hear me, I'm writing a book, but trying to get it out there into the consciousness.
Another one.
I know, well, this is my first one that I'm actually going to finish because I've started 3. But
Wow.
over the last 20 years, I've started 3 books and have not finished them. So this one I am finishing, and I'm almost finished. But
Awesome.
yeah, there's an experience that I had during my quickening where I was standing at like the mouth of a cave, and I saw and it was dark, but I could, when you're journeying, you could still see in the dark.
Mhm.
I could see what I felt were children. Like, it was really, really disturbing what I saw. And there was a being sitting like on a rock or something. And I felt like I don't know if he was the sentry, the gatekeeper or something like that of this cave. And it may have been a different cave because it was just really disturbing. And he turned and looked at me, and I felt my third eye. I saw like a door just shut down on my clairvoyance. And I never did understand. And I never got it back fully like I did then. I mean, with working on it, it took I should say it took a long time working on it. And I find that fasting helps tremendously, but because that's what I was doing then anyway. But have you ever heard of anything like that?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. Um, there are protectors,
okay.
guardians, whatever you want to call them. Hmm. Yeah, sometimes we're not ready to see the depth of what's in front of us.
Mhm.
It's really oh
That makes
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
Because I was seeing a lot back in those days. I was seeing a lot. I'm still seeing a lot, but that was something that was just horribly evil. Whatever I was
Mhm.
seeing, it was like, and so I guess the gatekeeper, whoever it was, the guard said, you're not ready for this.
Yeah, yeah. Shamanic work is not for the faint of heart,
No,
and
it's not.
you know that
Hmm.
because
Yeah.
yeah, it can be really scary work. It can be
Mhm.
really scary work.
Yeah. So, and now as I understand that, we're not going to get into, enough to get into details, but when you say that, can you explain a little bit? As you say that, I see a visual of just going down in the depths of our psyches. Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Where the stuff is hidden that
Hmm.
nobody wants to look at.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Hmm. Do you, as a shaman, I find it interesting. I did want to say something real quick about the shaman you worked with who told you, well, this is just the way it's always been done.
Mhm.
Reminds me of, two things. One, where I used to work in the corporate world, where when you try to do something, because when people come in like me who wants to change things to where that work I feel works better. I say, well, this, shouldn't it, some kind of a, I don't know anything, but doesn't this make sense as an accounting and HR manager? I saw things that could have been, more streamlined and things like that. But the elders, I guess you could call them, were like, no, that's not how it works. I'm like, okay, well, why is that better than this? Well, just because it's the way it's always been done. That's what they would tell me, which is frustrating, but I'm out of that world. Anyway, also with the method that I use, that Yeshua taught me for soul retrieval, is pretty basic. Okay. And it's like you were talking about, how once you move into that theta state, or whatever it is in your meditations, your journeys, then you're able to bring those parts back, because it's something we used to know how to do. We just forgot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So good on you for helping people with that. Do you teach the method?
I don't
Okay.
teach, for the simple fact that there's a lot of controversy about, you know, um, people taking over other people's ways. Um, I think
And
because
you,
I'm not, quote unquote Native American. I don't want to teach anything that could be misconstrued as um, disrespectful.
oh, I see. Okay. Yeah.
Cultural appropriation. That's what I was trying to think of.
Oh, hooey on that. I mean,
Yeah,
it's available to all of us.
it is.
It's
It
available to
is.
all of us. And
And it should be.
as much as I love the Native American culture, like I said, I remember living in those lifetimes, and a couple
Yeah.
of them were not pretty, but
Yeah.
yeah, I have so much love for that, for the traditions, and
Hmm.
the culture, and the people, of course.
Yeah.
But this belongs to everyone. It
Hmm.
belongs to everyone.
It
There's
does.
lots of indigenous cultures have and not only indigenous, but current 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 psychological kind of work, psychology work and stuff like that, is all about integration.
Yeah.
They just don't go in past lives, but they do integrate. They're really aware. People
Yeah.
do help with integration, fragmented parts of us.
Yep.
Yeah, so don't worry about that. That's silly. If and I'm going on a tangent here, but if we worried about offending people all the time, we wouldn't get anything done,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I've been working on a book for
Yay.
smudging
Oh, good
um,
for you.
for several years because I keep falling into that hole of, who are you?
Hmm.
What do you know? It's like, well, okay, I'll sit with that for a while. And then eventually it subsides. And I'm like, well, I'm spirit soul. I have every right. This is my view. And I'm bringing from many cultures, not just Native American or indigenous. It started, as far as I know, in Egypt somewhere. You know,
Atlantis.
Atlantis, yes,
Atlantis, and
yes.
the Atlanteans brought it to Egypt. Yeah. So and as you've been talking, I'm taken back to Atlantis and
Ah,
Lemuria and those ages. Yeah,
yeah,
those
yeah,
eras. So yeah, it belongs to all of us.
it does.
The human race. Yeah, totally.
Yeah.